someone is in deep thinking mode. I'm seeing someone strumming a guitar, almost like they're thinking something in their mind, some kind of gesture maybe that they want to make, but they're really taking their time with this. I think they want to get it right, is what I'm getting. And that strumming the guitar, I'm seeing you could be very much into music, musical instruments, that kind of thing. But also I'm seeing someone who's very at heart romantic. And I say at heart because I'm not sure that everybody gets that version of them. Okay. Let's see what the message is, who this message is for. Definitely someone who's been thinking about something for a while. Okay. Okay. Wow, Ace of Swords. That's like straight up new beginning, and there's much more clarity with this new beginning. There's going to be, I think this is someone who's like, they're having clarity pouring onto them, if you will. They're gaining some kind of awareness and insight. Oh my God, literally at the bottom of the deck is, I don't know if you can see, but the strumming the guitar. Wow. Okay, so that's confirmation. Somebody who wants to do things, I think they want to clear the air. If I'm honest, I want to clear the air. There's been some kind of discord that caused a lot of uncertainty and clarity, confusion, and they want to clear this air. Okay, let's see. Oh wow. Okay, so there's been a pause here. There's been this Hangman in reverse, but the pause wants to. There's a shift taking place with this pause, and with this Three of Swords, something truly did cause a lot of heart grief. Okay, heart pain. I think someone's actually experienced a lot of deep emotional pain that they didn't understand for a very long time, and this is another thing that they're gaining more awareness of. Maybe they did go into that sacred pause energy, but they didn't do it easily. Whatever this is, they were resisting that for a long time. So it's almost like someone who was keeping that energy of conflict and discord. Okay, but again, that was just feeding into their own emotional pain. You know, there's definitely something big about romance here. Who are like being that, like, you know, the romantic energy. Okay, so we've got okay, someone's learning how to slow down, choosing their battles wisely. So there's been a lot of they've had to learn how to go into almost like non-action, if you will. So learning when to step back versus when they need to take action, right? I think this is something that they've had to, it's almost like divine intervention has caused this to happen in such a way that they've had to slow down, especially because of the heartbreak that they've been going through, you know. There's, again, with that, it's interesting because that choose your battles energy has come out with the discord, with the conflict. So I think this is somebody who maybe they are quiet. They had, especially when they were in that deep emotional pain, they've had a lot of energy where they've just caused a lot of disagreements, discord. Beautiful Empress at the bottom of the deck. She knows how to value her energy, when to surrender and when to, not passive. Remember I said that before, it's not about being passive. It's about being wise in knowing when your energy needs to be invested, where, how. Okay, divine justice is coming through then. So wherever there's been a lack of movement because someone's been resisting that movement, divine justice is coming in. Okay. And if something does come to you and it triggers you, you need to step back. You need to step back and not allow yourself to get into the whirlwind of those emotions. Beautiful Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and that literally says a loving exchange. So yeah, learning how to lovingly communicate. Not this discord energy, this maybe aggression, but just causing conflict, not seeing each other's side, you know. If you really want to find communication where there's balance, there's reciprocity, where you can create and flourish in that true space of safety and love and union, then you have to create that. You have to clear through the wounds that keep you spiraling and circling through conflict and aggression and misunderstandings and all the things that are just causing all this negative environment and unhealthy energies anyway, right? Yeah, King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, someone's been, I mean, that says authoritarian on that card. So someone's been very, yes, they've been like really in their logic, but also they've been it's almost like really emotionally unavailable. And this is what they're understanding. They're understanding. Because there's been things in their life that haven't moved forward. And it's because they themselves, 444 could be important, have prevented. Yeah, look, the Ace of Coins literally come out like this. It could go either way because it depends on where they're placing their energy. Where are you investing your energy? 6 of Wands, success is on the horizon. Choose your battles wisely. Invest your energy wisely and intentionally. If you are someone who just wants to keep causing conflict, then that's what you're going to keep cycling and spiraling through, right? 10 of Wands in reverse. So this 3 of Swords, then them slowing down, pulling back their energies, allowing them to finally not only gain that clarity. So you've got 2 aces on the table, so new beginnings, gain that clarity, but also finally close out this heavy cycle that they've carried for a while. It could be a father wound here. A father wound. Okay. I think that they've been in that passive energy before, because actually I think whoever this is from a young age, they were made to have to be. They were maybe in a really, that authoritarian energy where their input wasn't valued, where their energy, where them as an individual wasn't cherished and made to feel like, yes, they have value, but also their energy, their presence is important in containing the unit, if you will, right? So they've carried that for a while. This is why they've not known how to communicate. They've not known how to healthily communicate. But they're learning, whoever this is. Clarity of thought is coming through as a result of this divine justice that's going to be entering the scene. There's going to be less confusion moving forwards. There's going to be a time to create balance here. There's been a lot of division here. There's personality clashes, division. There's been a lot of lack of stability. Okay, too many people in the mix as well with somebody. And that's because they've just allowed themselves to cycle through, though. I'm seeing like the foundation, the imprint from a very young age that has continued to cycle through the templates of all of their relationships. They've been in this really spontaneous, impulsive energy, going in and then getting out and whatever they want to do, But the star is, again, there's confirmation that there's healing taking place. Someone with this Hierophant is learning how to ground down, learning their responsibilities, learning how to take accountability for when they have chosen their battles, you know what I mean? Okay, what else? They're definitely in deep reflection mode then. 7-7 could be important. Okay, so you've got, okay, finally, yeah. So this is where they're understanding that 10 of Swords in reverse, how to change the outcome here. How to prevent that dark cycle fireworks from going off. That's what I was going to say. How to prevent that dark cycle from just continuing to cycle. They're finally understanding it. But they're putting in the work. 8 of Coins, they're investing in themselves. Or maybe they are going to therapy, or maybe they're just really doing that intentional, emotional healing work. They really are gaining a lot of clarity, and this is helping them to gain clarity in their throat chakra as well. So how they speak, how they connect. They're learning that they've had a lot of examples they've had to go through with this as well. Okay, Death card. External and internal change is taking place. There's some kind of wish being granted for someone. Okay, but this is coming as a result of the unwelcome change. So there's been some kind of loss here. There's been something, again, that people divided energy, the clashes, that they've had to learn some serious lessons, whoever this is. But for a long time, they didn't see it like that. They're beginning to see. And they're beginning to understand the reason for this, for their way of feeding into this, where their energy has been invested. King of Cups in reverse. That particular card says unrequited love, and this was somebody who, like I said, they were in that impulsive energy. Maybe they were just, running off like impulse and dopamine hits or whatever it is, self-pleasure hits that for the moment, instant gratification, that kind of thing. But this has caused conflict in their actual life, and this is where they've had to have some reflection that for a very long time they were resisting, but divine intervention, like I said, has been at play here. This is where they're gaining clarity now. You've got the Queen of Cups that has come through, beautiful Queen of Cups with the 6 of Swords. This says better times ahead as well. That's beautiful. Strength card, there's this emotional capacity here that someone is connecting to, this ability to really connect on an emotional balance level. Maybe this is someone outside of them that's really inspiring them in this way, but this is what's inspiring them to move forwards. Where there is there's compassion, there's unconditional love, but not only are they learning that, they're learning healthy boundaries with that. So this is going to take a while, truly, because it does. But this Strength card suggests that somebody is learning how to tame their inner beasts, right? To tame whatever it is that kept them in this impulsive energy where they were just avoiding their truth for the longest time in whichever way they could, and just causing conflict left, right, and centre, okay? Because of all the shifts and changes that they've truly had to go through, and they're finally taking accountability. I'm just going to see quickly see if there's anything else you need to be aware of. for this beautiful message. Okay, so within, this is Leo energies as well. So summertime could be important for somebody. Oh my God, you've got Leo at the bottom of the deck there as well. 7 to 14 days, something within the next 2 weeks is unfolding, and this is where that clarity is coming in, where someone can no longer resist surrender and, you know, that divine justice, the change for the better things ahead to move towards. Okay, allow whatever this is, allow things to unfold, because there's expansion taking place right now, an opportunity for expansion. How it goes depends on where you're placing your investment, where you're putting your effort into. Okay, yeah. Temperance, patience. There's going to be moderation here, need for harmony, balance with your approach moving forwards. Okay, you've been gaining internal peace more, and that's going to come as you clear through your internal landscape, which is going to help you to recognize who and what is for you outside of you as well versus not. Leo, again, important. The sun, vitality, creativity, success, purpose, those are your driving forces. Once you reconnect to those and you lay down the burdens of all the emotional pain where there's been discord and disagreements and, you know, division and just clashing, lots of instability on the table that whoever this is had to go through, finally clearing through this. Yeah, the Hierophant again, so really grounding down, becoming way more almost like a trusted leader, someone who knows how to take the lead. Okay, there's something about really higher level here. Someone's reaching higher level in wherever they're going, and that's really important. They definitely needed time. Just as I've said that this card came out, yes, it literally says yes, it's time. So it's time to move on. There's abundance where you're going. That this autumn time is super important for this transition, which makes sense with the next 7 to 14 days. There's a culmination of your efforts here, truly. Yeah, Death card again. So Scorpio energy is really important, okay, which makes sense, the season that's coming through. So an ending, a letting go, a total overhaul. So you can finally move away from all this in misalignments, so many misalignments. Someone's been running up, but again, there's misalignments accumulated as a result of running off wounded space beneath the surface, as mentioned. Okay, fire signs, got Virgo energy there as well. Got fire signs here, creativity, passion, impulse, expect the unexpected. But this is what someone's had to hone in on. This has been overdrive for them, whoever this is. Okay, and now they're really, because they were disconnected from their stability, their groundedness, and with the Hierophant they're reconnecting to that, right? This is allowing them to really channel that energy from their heart in a more healthy way, because it hasn't been healthy. Okay, they are very passionate though, whoever this is. You gotta, whoever this is, invest that passionate energy wisely. Emperor, divine masculine energies. So invest that energy wisely, protective energy, action-oriented, strong leader. Those are the wisest choices to make. 3-3. Okay, see if there's anything else you need to be aware of. The Fool. Yeah, there's a new beginning here. Uranus energy as well. So this is it. That leap of faith that they're going to take. They've got maybe a rebellious streak that's caused arguments. Maybe they just don't like being told what to do. They need freedom, which is fine. Freedom is important for people. Your soul liberation, to feel like that. You're not restrained. But where are you just acting out of wounded inner child, inner teenager? Twin flames, that could be important. That could resonate for you. 11-11. Okay. Stepping up. This is about stepping up. Okay, so Capricorn energy as well. So winter time could be important. That's also that karmic cycle, that Saturn energy, you know, closing out the karmic cycle, which is allowing, and I think that's where that divine justice is coming in actually. So the karmic cycles that someone's been attached to, this, all the instability we've just been speaking about, is allowing them to finally change a record and focus only in on this Queen of Cups energy. Creativity in a space where your heart is fueling you. Better times ahead. Autumn time again, Sagittarius energy within 14 to 30 days. An opportunity is coming through within 14 to 30 days for whoever this is. I'm just going to get you an animal card super quickly as well. So this, yeah, from the next week to the next month, there's a lot of change taking place. You have Phoenix, transforming, not even transitioning. Hummingbird, you're lifting out of negativity. You're finding your sweet nectar and you're recognizing that that's where you need to respond. Okay, enjoyment, being present, going to be important, not just stuck on like the wrongs and the misalignments. So this is lifting out of negativity, lightness of being, resilient, nectar, rapid response. So as you lay down the burdens of the past where you've needed to slow down, the forward movement will. progress, but right about now the focus of progress quite fast, but right about now the focus is this absolute transformation that someone is going through, because that death card keeps coming through. That's a lot of change, a lot of changes. Rising up from the ashes, complete renewal. True awakening is someone experiencing right, and as a result, because they're doing it right clearly, they're seeing this. So that's why they're in thought mode, because they know where they want to go, but they know that the clarity needs to come through. And also there's something they might need to bring clarity to someone else as well, okay? Wherever they want to move. You got this. Sending love.